Hey, what's up, Knife Tube? Today we got a fun one for y'all. Super ultra budget, but yet a very usable knife. And it would be the Marbles large lockback. You can pick these up for about $6 on Chicago Knife Works. And yes, they're ultra cheap. So you're not going to expect a whole lot out of them, but believe it or not, these things are built pretty decently. The build quality is not too bad at all, especially when you consider these cost $5, $5.50, something like that. Of course, they're going to be some, God only knows what steel, but I did a cut test on this, and you can see it's not that bad. I mean, hell, you're not going to get a lot more out of, buck 420 HC. It's the Paul Bose heat treat on that stuff that's supposedly, the greatest thing under the sun. Well, it ain't what it used to be. We're just going to put it that way. And, what's, I get it, 110 and all that, USA made, and that's awesome, but they're, $70, and, people break the tips on those things left and right. Man, you can pick these suckers up for $5. Throw a quick stud on it, and you have an absolutely perfect beater. Like, you break it, you break the tip on it, you snap the blade. It doesn't matter. It's $5. Buy 2 of them. Keep one in backup. And you've got a decent little, super budget, throw in the pocket user that if your friend borrows it and breaks it, who gives a shit? Excuse my language. I actually really like these little knives. Well, not so little. They're actually pretty big. What are they? Let's see. From tip to tail, they are about 8 3/4 inches. Yeah, you got basically 4 inches, 3 7/8. Yeah, about 3 7/8 of blade to the scale, and you have about right at 3.5, of cutting edge, and they weigh very little because you just have this injection molded plastic, which it's stout. That is not crappy stuff. It's actually, that's a good engineered plastic. That's not just some regular plastic. It's some type of engineered composite material that's actually ridiculously tough and feels decent in hand, believe it or not. Like, there's no give whatsoever. This stuff is stout. I'm squeezing it as hard as I can. Lightweight. You got all that blade for basically 3 1/10. Nice lightweight knife. Plenty of cutting edge. Absolutely no blade play. They're rock solid. There is a teeny bit of up and down play, but that's common on lockbacks. Yeah, there's a teeny bit of rock, but like I said, on lockbacks, there's almost always a little teeny bit. Yeah, this is just a perfect little cheap knife with the quick stud. Throw a quick stud on it, you got a decent little cutter. Remember, it's $5.50 or so, so you don't expect too much out of it. It's a $5 knife, so you got to keep that in the back of your head. It's gonna be, you can expect the performance of a $5 knife, but that's not really accurate. You go buy a $5 crap knife from Walmart, and this is actually going to be a better knife than that. Performance wise, as far as edge retention, it's a $5 knife. Don't worry about edge retention. It's going to cut till it's dull, and that's it. Ceramic rod, 2 seconds later, you're back in business. So yeah, with knives like these, edge retention is basically irrelevant, because it's going to, depending on what you cut, it's going to cut for a decent bit of time to not very long at all. Like, we'll just go with cardboard. If you're cutting nice, clean cardboard down, it's going to cut for a while. It'll do okay for you. If you cut one piece of some old cardboard that's got some dust and it's a little dirty, got some silica on it, just from dust, one cut through it and you're pretty much going to kill the edge. There's going to be zero wear resistance whatsoever. So with knives like these, and I say this with basically all really cheap knives, edge retention is literally irrelevant, because it's a $5 knife and you can't really expect it to have even decent edge retention, but yet it has enough edge retention. It's serviceable, but it's very dependent on what you cut, because the steel just, it has very, very low wear resistance. I mean, you're talking basically the minimum. It's as low as you can go and still be a hardenable steel. That's what this is. But so edge retention is irrelevant. If you got, you slice open a few feed bags, it's going to do it for you. You need to cut some rope, it's going to do it for you. When the edge dies and it stops cutting, a couple swipes on a ceramic rod and you're back to cutting again. So it really is irrelevant. This is not a knife you would buy. If you're somebody who does a lot of cutting during the day and edge retention is important, this is not the knife you're going to buy anyways. And if it is, you're not going to get much out of it. So this is just a perfect throw in the pocket, cut an apple, open up your Amazon box, open your chip bag, cut your sandwich in half, just cut a tag, the tag off of a shirt, cut a thread off your pant, whatever, it's that. That's what this is for. It's perfect. It costs $5, $5.50, whatever it is, and it's actually, it's not complete junk. These really are. I've already told you guys for 8 minutes on a $5 knife. I'm going to end this pretty quick. I normally ramble and talk a lot, but I'm not going to do that this video. So, yeah, they're China made. Yes, they're dirt cheap. Yes, the blade steel is God only knows what. Barely hardenable, we're going to put it that way. But the build quality is decent. The plastic or fiber reinforced plastic, whatever it is, feels like decent quality stuff. It's tough as nails. The build quality's okay. The blade's going to cut for you. It's going to go dull quick. It sharpens in 2 seconds on the ceramic rods. Go buy you one of these. Throw it in your pocket or throw it in your glove box in your truck. It's a perfect little beater knife, and it's something happens to it. Who cares? Who cares? You lose it to TSA. Who cares? Get you a quick stud if you get one of them. All right, guys.